Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we will finally do some engravings on a new machine. I will show you the software, Laser GRBL, how to set it up, some tips and tricks, how to make it work nicely with this machine and how to import your logos into the software to get it to print and print it wherever you want it to. So without further ado, let's hop right in. So here we are in the software. It's called Laser GRBL, as I said before. We are using it because it's free, open source, and I believe very easy to use, has everything we need to get going. For this test I will import a JPEG of my logo. You can import vector files, but note that you can't change their size because that's hard-coded into the file. If your picture is black and white, the vectorizer will have an easier time extracting your logo, obviously, but it also works with colored images. You just need to make sure it looks good in the preview and play around with the settings. We're gonna look at how this works right now. Here we open a file in the top left. I will select my picture of my logo. I don't have to change anything since it's black and white. We just need to adjust, we need to make sure that this button is on vectorize because we want to need a vector image. I have smoothing selected usually. You can see how it changes the image. It just right here smooths out the edges a bit better, and I have it set to 15. I won't do a filling for this picture and for this test right now. You could set it here. When I use it, I use the horizontal line filling. But you can play around with vertical lines or whatever you want. Here you can adjust the settings. If you work with colored images, just play around and look at the preview and see how it does. Here are some basic image processing, cropping, mirroring, rotating, whatever, if you would need it. Then click onto next. Here we can select the speed. I have it set to 1000 millimeters per minute. That works out great for me. As I said, you can play around, but note that if you make it faster, then you will have less laser power on each surface and it won't cut as deep. Depending on what you're doing, this could change it. Then we have this set to M4, dynamic power. This lets the laser turn itself off and on if it needs to do that. For example, if it needs to jump from right here to right here, it shouldn't engrave this line, obviously. So it can turn itself off for that. That's very important to have it set there. And here's the power. 1000 would be 100% with this particular machine. And then everything is a fraction of that. I have it set to 90% right now. Works for me. Then we can adjust the size here in millimeters. So I set the height to 4 centimeters and then for 40 millimeters, 4 centimeters. And you can lock and unlock the image proportions. I have it locked all the time so that it doesn't get distorted. Otherwise it will destroy your image. And then we can click onto create finally. And our picture is there. Sometimes it looks a bit cursed. That's normal. It will look fine on the actual engraving. If you're doing something mission critical, then always do a test print anyways, so you don't ruin a customer's part. Before we start with the alignment, just make sure to put your eye protection on, because as soon as the laser is powered on, it is potentially dangerous and you need to protect your eyes. So before you even put the power cord in and press the power button, put your eye pro on. So now we need to zero our machine. For this, first connect to the machine, connect the USB cable to your computer and power the machine on. And then we can click on connect right here. And it will make a sound and is connected. Now you can move the laser head with these buttons right here. It will move the head. Then, to zero it, we will move it to the bottom left corner of the machine. So we can turn the speed a bit up and then make it do more steps with each button press. And then move it until you're at the left hard limit. Now we are on the left limit, it won't go any further, and now go back. Okay, it won't go back anymore, and now we can press this globe button to set the 0 point to where it is right now. If at some point your controls will get locked, it will say that in this command line, and you will need to enter the given command. Usually it's, I think, $4 and then press enter, that you enter it right here. Now we need to edit some settings down here so we can properly align our workpiece. For these we have several options. We can move to the bottom left corner of our engraving right here. We can go to the center and we can draw a frame at 3% laser power, and we can also focus. Normally it should come up, but we can also see it when we edit it. On the button name it will say 3%. However, the issue is at 3% power it is still powerful enough to burn a hole in some materials like leather, for example. As you can see in this clip right here, it will burn a hole in it. So what we need to do is we need to go right here to M3 and edit this value to a 1. I have already done it. For you it will be at a 3, set it to a 1, and then we will have 1% power and it won't burn our leather. You can do the same thing right here. Again, set it to a 1 and then save it. Now we can draw with this button a frame on the outside box that surrounds our logo to see if it is wherever we want. And we can also turn the focus point on and then, for example, set it to the bottom left corner, turn the focus point on, and then put a workpiece into and align the laser with the bottom left corner. Just, you have to make sure you have to have your eye protection on for all of this. So, okay, now let's try to put our workpiece in. With the method I just said, I'm gonna press the focus button and then I'm gonna put the included MDF piece in, align it so that it's at the bottom left corner. I'm gonna put it in the bottom left corner of our thing here, and then we can start with the engraving. So let's do it. Now, before we start this engraving, we need to focus it. If you haven't seen my last video on this engraver, you need to turn down this lever arm. You need to push the laser unit down until the bottom of the lever arm touches your workpiece very slightly, because the carriage is a bit wobbly, so until it touches very slightly. Then tighten the thumb screw and then pull the lever arm back up and you will know that you are in focus. Now that our piece is aligned as much as I need for this, right now we can check it a bit more and draw a frame. So let's do it. Looks about right. So I will put an additional piece between me and the laser so I don't see it. Make sure you don't leave the room, as potentially your workpiece can catch on fire and you will need to be in the room to deal with it. I have a fire blanket right here so I can deal with it quickly. And now, if we have our eye protection on, if we have our workpiece set up, if we are in focus, if we have it aligned properly, we can start our first engraving. So let's push this button right here. It will warn you one last time to put on your eye protection and make a countdown and then start the engraving. So let's do it. You can see the laser head moving in real life, obviously, and also in this software it will put the dot wherever the laser is right now. Now our program is done. You will hear the very obnoxious sound and loud sound that it makes, and we can see at our workpiece and see how it turned out. But before we do this, we will turn off the engraver so that we can take our eye pro off. Now let's look at our finished part. I'm gonna take the cover off, pull out the piece of MDF that was included with the machine, and then we can look at our engraving. And I think it looks pretty nice. Some changes I probably would make in the future is maybe reduce the laser power and check the focus, maybe because these two lines here are connected. With a increase in speed or a reduction of laser power, you could fix it, and then you could do another test run right next to it, and if you're happy and if you know all your settings, you can repeat it indefinitely. So that was it with our first ever engraving captured on video. It's not something that will work out perfectly the first time you do it. This is in general pretty complicated tech that has just become available cheaply in the past years. So it will take some time, it will take some dialing in for your particular setup, like the fume extractor I made myself to pull the fumes out the window. You will need to dial it in for your situation where you have your engraver, but I think the software is very capable, it is very customizable. You can even create your own buttons. If you can code in G-code language, you can create your own buttons by just right clicking next to in the empty space next to the other buttons. And the fact that you can edit it, if you have, let's say, a problem with the leather that I will burn it at 3%, you can just edit it to 1% and then it won't burn it. That's why I like the software, and I think it's plenty good for our simple projects that we are going to do with this engraver. If you liked the video and you learned something, then consider subscribing and giving the video a like, and then I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.